Tongue-tied, I drank a little too much.
At least I raised my hand. I raised my hand, man. Let you come up.
Give it up for Thomas Durden.
Thank you everybody for coming out. I want to thank everybody. Fantastic crowd. Got a lot of energy up in here. Let's hear it for the performers and Madam Jennings for putting on a fantastic show. Fantastic DJ right here. Woo!
Yeah.
All right, let's hear it now with Scranton, Pennsylvania. Born and raised. I want to thank everybody for coming out and enjoying the show. Please take out your phones, take pictures, videos, anything you want to. We're about to start, okay? All right. Now, up here, right, I'm hoping I'm going to kill it like motherfucking O.J. Simpson. Not for what he did to Nicole now, but for what he did to Kris Jenner. Now, O.J. is the only guy I know that can kill a Kardashian's pussy, leave it for dead. Usually now in that family, it flips around. So usually the women are killing the men. I mean, look at the Ray J video. He beat that shit to mercy, right? Look at Kris Jenner. They killed him. Or not Kris, Caitlyn. Sorry. Now, really though, I hope I put on a great show because I would hate to put you guys to sleep like Bill Cosby. All right. Now I know Bill Cosby is a stand-up legend, and we all love him. And we were going to make a drink for him tonight, but we just didn't have enough roofies to cover the building. Yeah, it's a shame. He had a giant fall from grace. He went from selling pudding pops to selling Pops' pudding. Scranton, once again, I'm homegrown here, and I just want to let everyone know, ain't nothing like a Scranton party, because the Scranton party is corrupt as fuck. Corrupt as fuck. It is so bad in Scranton when the Trump's campaign here, they lock their doors. Now we do have a packed room here. I just want to say a lot of people. I feel like I'm in a Donald Trump detention center. And I haven't seen as many white people in here since the Republican convention. Shout out over here. We're gonna give a happy birthday. I never knew I was gonna do stand up in front of a celebrity. It's nice to meet you, Waldo. All right, now going on it, I'm 34 years old, you know, getting a little up there in age. Once you hit 30, things start to change. One time, I lost an entire year. I thought I was older, and I was talking to my friend. He's like, wait, you're not older than me. I said, fucking right. Got an extra fucking year out of life. So 34, once you hit 30, it starts to change. I was 29, I was doing fantastic. I turned 30, I had a bad knee and a good knee, not a left and a right one anymore. All right, now, receding hairline, and it's hard, you're going bald, but you have to understand that I ate a lot of pussy to get this hairline. A woman's leg's gotta be real tight to get it like this. You know, coming from Pennsylvania, you know, I see someone over here, I think it's a Penn State hat. Is that a Penn State hat? Yeah, he don't even want to get any credit. He's like, wait, where's he going with this? I completely understand with Penn State because Joe Pa couldn't see anything with those glasses on. Ooh, I hit Penn State up right there. But really though, you can't see anything in the showers anyway because they would be all fogged up. Oh man, where can I start? So I just want to say everything about you know, Facebook and stuff like that. I mean, everybody just wants to argue. It's America now. We want to be right. We want to be wrong. I think we should just say fuck it book, where everyone just gets emojis. Where James says something, fuck it. Throw him the middle finger. Throw him the fucking eggplant emoji. Fuck it. So I have a 6-year-old son. Any parents in the room? Thank you. So his name is Tyler Durden. I had to steal it from the Fight Club, right? His actual name. So, when I go out to different places, it starts to click with certain people. So I went to the pharmacist. He was brand new. He was just a baby, just in the car holder. And brand new, brand spanking new. Because, and my wife is here, isn't honest. When we had the baby, we were at the hospital. My friend here worked at the hospital at the time. And when we took the baby, James, right here. All day. All day. It's like a giant fucking orgy. We went to the hospital, we had the baby, and first off, I'm nowhere near what a man should really be. Really, because I couldn't watch childbirth. One child would have me lesbian. One child. Like, I ain't hitting it again. You ain't getting in this again. One child, that's it. Woo! So Doogie Howser, who's the doctor that gave us birth, he actually just started growing his beard at that point. I looked at him, I'm like, man, you're young. He's like, that's why I have the beard. That's why I started growing it. Great. So I'm up there and I'm getting play-by-play with my mother-in-law. She's in the room. And, I can't be down. Because first off, right, if I see something like that, I'm fainting. Like, don't worry about my wife. Don't worry about the baby. 200 pounds just drop and hitting the ground. Hitting it like an earthquake. So they're giving it to me, and I'm staring at the television screen. And as I'm staring at the television screen, I start to realize, because it's dark, you got the lights on. It's like being on the stage here. You just have everything shining at you. And I started looking, and I'm like, wait a second. I'm about to watch what I don't want to watch. I had to turn away real quick. I'm up there with my wife. I'm like, listen, you're beautiful. Baby came up. Gone. Gone. Don't ask me to cut the umbilical cord, because oh, no. Ain't going to do that to you. Ain't going to do that. So after everything was born, we had the baby. We brought him in. It was jaundice, so we had to have a bilirubin blanket. He had to be wrapped up, put him in the front of the sun. And we had to go to the pharmacy. We had to pick up medication. So I'm looking at the pharmacist, and he's like, name, Tyler Durden, date of birth. I give him the date of birth. He starts walking away, and then he turns back around, and the light catches on. The room just starts lighting up for him. He goes, did you just? And I go, yeah, I said it, but he's in the car, so we can't talk about it. First rule of Baby Club, you can't talk about it. So, going on about everything else when it comes down to it, I'm a cheap motherfucker. You ain't getting money from me, so when it comes to church and shit like that, I'm not giving a weekly penance. I'm not giving any money out of this pocket. And I really think that as much as I want to believe and trust other people, I think the Bible's bullshit. I really do. I don't believe in a virgin getting pregnant by a Holy Spirit. And I don't believe a virgin is going to push out a kid, because I've seen women be brought to their knees with 3 fingers. I just don't believe it. Could you imagine the diaper party when you're talking to Joseph and you're like, hey, Joseph, congratulations on the pregnancy. Like, how long did it take you guys? And, it really wasn't that long at all. Oh, I offended some people with the Bible joke. I'm sorry. I know we're in Pennsylvania, but that's a little different, right? You can't go after that. But really, let's see a show of hands, right? Any man in this room gonna have somebody and come back and tell them, oh, well, I got pregnant and you're gonna raise the kid. And you didn't have sex to have that kid? Who's gonna do it? Nobody, because no one's that fucking dumb. Right? When it comes down to it with the Bible and shit like that, and I gotta respect everybody. If that's your belief, that's your belief. I understand that. But it's bullshit. It's bullshit. Listen, no one fucking walks on water. And if it was really down to the Bible, right, you would let me pray against this rock. You wouldn't be mad that I'm not showing up on Sundays. Because if it was back to those times, I'd be up on the fucking cross with the witches, how they fucking buried them and stuff like that, burned them to the stakes. I'd be completely dead. I wouldn't even be here now. Well, I wouldn't be living if I was living in the 20s either at that point. So, coming into it with everything else, and you got life going on, family, kids are real fast, they get real big, quick. He just started crawling, now all of a sudden he's walking and talking. And kids have these weird questions all the time. And you want to share your education and your life with them. So, My kid listens to the Jacksons. He listens to Family Matters, things like that. Different shows, 90s kids, stuff like that. So my kid the one day looks at me and goes, "Who's that guy?" And I go, "That's Michael Jackson." He goes, "Why is Michael Jackson white?" I go, "He's white or he's black." It's real hard. It's just like trying to explain when you're talking about Caitlyn Jenner. You tell him he was on the Wheaties box and he doesn't believe you. Like, that's the same guy. It's the same guy. Now, when it comes to it now, right, it's 2019, 1900s. Listen to that. I'm in my fucking time machine. It's 2019, and just like the roaring 20s, we have the roaring porn age right now. Everything is fantastic when it comes to online porn. You can find almost anything you want. So someone asked earlier what a happy ending is. That's basically what a Robert Kraft is. That's when you have 6 Super Bowl rings and you have to pay someone to jerk you off. Now, when it comes to porn and stuff like that, there's all kinds of stuff you can find on there. More things that I wouldn't want you to check my internet history for, but you know, I always wanted to train just in case I had to throw a midget against the wall and fist fuck it. So, let me ask, so what about the single people in the room here? Let's hear it. Let's hear it. See, I've been married for 8 years, and I've been together with my wife for 15, so that means my pipe game is good. Plus I get to eat pussy good. I treat it like a school lunch because it's free and I just love it. Now, when you change in life and you hit that point where you're married and stuff like that, certain things aren't fun anymore. So you can't do things like the strip club. I pay enough for the titties I get to see. I'm not paying for titties I don't get to touch. You know? When it comes to marriage as well, there's all kinds of different things. Honeymoons, weddings, shit like that. Now, weddings are very stressful, and to me, if it was me, I'd just get right on the cruise ship, I'd go to a foreign country, and I would just get married with Pablo and Esmeralda as my best man and wife. The reason why is because when you get divorced, you're not married in the States, so you're not getting half my shit. But if you were to take half my shit, it's only going to be dead anyway. All you're going to get is half my student loans and credit cards, so fuck it, you might as well be down for the ride. So with Scranton and everything like that, you know, it's a tough city. It's a tough city to get into. There is really nothing here for us. There's no jobs. At this point, we're just sticking along hoping for something. We're just sticking along hoping, waiting, but I also know that I have bad fucking luck. So to me, I don't play the Powerball because if I won $1 million, I'd get audited, I'd owe $101 million, or I'd owe $1,001. Government would just come and take that shit. Plus, I'm also fearful that if I ever did win the Powerball, a fucking bus would hit me in the fucking street as I'm going to collect it. So I'm willing to go 60-40 with someone else if I ever do win it. I'm just sliding along like, here, you take that and just give me a cut, please. I'm not expecting anything because I know you're probably gonna fucking rob me because of my luck. But please, if you have anything, please give it to me. Now, when it comes to marriage and stuff like that, there's fantastic things you can do. Love making, you know, absolutely. Everyone here like to make love? You gotta have your technique though. You gotta have your flow, right? You gotta have the long stroke or the short stroke, the jackhammer, the Birmingham booty call. There's all kinds of shit nowadays. The Tony Danza.
It's called the minivan.
The minivan. That's when you put 2 in the front and 5 in the back. So there's all kinds of shit nowadays. You can't even expect it. And I don't understand why people are upset about love, really, because love is love, whether it's 2 men, 2 women, a man and a woman. It doesn't matter to me. And people even disown their kids for it. And, you know, if my kid was ever gay, I would have no problem with it. The only problem I do have is that I hope he's not black. Now, I know I'm going to sound racist, and I don't have a racist bone in my body. One of my best friends is James Brown, black man. So I'm not racist, but I do know that if my kid brings home a black man, he's the taker, not the giver. and I just don't want my stroke game to die. And listen, like, I just want him to take more after me than my wife in that matter. You know, when it comes to Scranton, though, we are corrupt as fuck. There's nothing else different about it. The gangsters are all downtown. They all have suits on and ties. One of them ends up actually owning a sanitation department, so he gets to hide the bodies, which is nice too as well. It's Louis de Naples. Wait. So it's bad for me to attack Louis. But Louis can go with the gangsters over at University of Scranton and go nonprofit. He's building buildings and then using them as tax write-offs, and then the university is taking the money and stuffing it in their fucking mattress. Yeah! Am I right? There is nothing here to do in the city when it comes to it. The city doesn't have... You have to. There's no one else that's that important, right? I mean, think about it, right? We just got the mayor kicked out. The mayor was corrupt as fuck. He's gone. And you got the school district going down. But with the mayor, I heard with his plea deal, they actually took his black belt in karate with it. Right? Now, when you think about it with the school district, right? And when it's corruption, you're just afraid. You don't even want to make eye contact. It's like a pregnant woman when she has a chicken tender. You don't even want to look her in the eyes. You're just like, fuck out of here. But I'm coming, I'm punching. Fuck it. Right? That's why we need to use the ballots. We need to get out there. I mean, think about it. Our ancestors think that we're pussies. Every single ancestor thinks we're pussies. Like, think about Martin Luther King. He had 1 million people show up in Washington, D.C., and there was no Facebook or Twitter. And we're sitting there fighting about fucking if this is blue or pink. Who gives a fuck? It's all to fucking make you just not pay attention. I really think, though, that politicians, though, are fucking some of the best magicians in the world. Because they're going to tell you this as they're putting their hand in your back pocket to steal everything. Now, when it comes to it, right, I mean, you got the left, you got the right, no one wants to meet in the middle. So you got someone that wants to give you fucking everything, and someone that just wants to put Mexicans inside a fucking holding cell. Now, it's real fucked up when you really know what's going on with the whole Donald Trump thing. Because Donald Trump is now putting women in the men's holding cells and the men in the women's holding cells. And you know why? Because you can put more men in the women's cell because they measure it by the woman's body. Right? But when people think that, oh no, that's reverse psychology, because when they go back home, they're like, yo, this motherfucker is crazy. The motherfucker over here got us hanging out in the women's cells. Women are in the men's cells, and he thinks we're gonna build a fucking wall. That fucking wall ain't coming. Listen, if you want to build a wall with Mexican money, I'm all for it. But if you're going to try to get $1 from me, I want that bitch to be fucking dug like a ditch. I want to fucking make it into a river, and I just want to fucking float my ass down it. That's what I want to do. Fuck that fence. Fuck that fence. Fuck that fence. Fuck that fence. Really though, when it comes down to it, right, like, people fucking love him, and they'll fucking eat anything. Like, he could literally take shit, put it in a shoe, and be like, oh, this is a fucking mudslide. People be like, oh, fucking $10.99, give it to me. $10.99. Because, listen, right, like, I understand you could put a fence 100 feet high, but you can't put that bitch 100 feet down in the ground. Look at El Chapo. They couldn't even keep him in fucking prison. You're gonna keep a fence to get the Mexicans out? Come on. That, right? And then, maybe it's just me, but I listen to history and I study it. And there was a thing called the Underground Railroad where slaves were, like, Donald Trump to me would be a slave owner that comes out and he's like, where the fuck did everybody go? Fuck? Who the fuck stole my slaves? What the fuck? Looking around, trying to figure shit out. Man. And then the best thing about it, right, is they're all like child molesters. They're all involved in this child molestation ring now, right? I mean, it's disgusting, right? But they say, oh, it was young women. No, it's rape. It's child molestation. And him and Bill Clinton did it together. So really, I mean, at the end of the day, it's our history. It's either black slavery or fucking child molestation. But when it comes down to it, though, right? Like, you ever look at it when it comes to religion? We were talking about religion before. when it comes to religion, right? Do you never see the nuns getting in trouble with it? The nuns are never the ones that are on the child molestation. It's always the priest, right? And the reason, and someone told me this is a joke, is that a priest will never come on a 12-year-old boy's face because he hasn't reached puberty yet. But he always likes to pat the head and say, "Good boy." You got a jab of religion. I don't believe in any of the shit. Listen, fuck it. Listen, I just want you guys to say something. You guys believe in religion, and I haven't, and neither of us have gotten hit by the bus yet, so fuck it. There's a sucker born every minute, and I just need to find them. Everything else here, though, in the city is going on right. You got public transportation. People can't afford it, though. It's always nice to see the bus drive by. But I avoid that shit like the plague, though, because craziness just follows me. Like, literally, when I make eye contact with somebody, instantly I can tell if they're fucking crazy because they're walking towards me. And I'm at the point where I just say, fuck it, and if you ask me for directions, I point the opposite way just to see you walk away, like, talking to myself, because I don't want to hear it anymore. I'm fucking done with that shit. Also, I'm someone that likes to fight the system, obviously, from what you can tell. And I say fuck it to these machines. Fuck them. I'm not falling for the Terminator movies. Fuck it. I've watched that shit. So when it comes to Walmart, whenever they try to get me to bag my own shit, everything is individually bagged. I don't give a fuck. 20 things, 25 things, fuck it. Let me get my manager. The manager comes over yelling. I go, "You're the one that fucking trained me." You're that fucking trained me. I don't know why you're yelling all upset. Fuck it. I also do it because I love challenging when it comes to the door, because as soon as you hand them a receipt, and now they're looking like it's a fucking maze. And what the fuck? You got fucking ice cream cones in a fucking bag? Like, yeah, I did that shit. Fuck it. Another big thing I like to do at Walmart, I think it's always fantastic, I love to do is, you can relate to it, right? Fuck Walmart, too. Fuck them all. Let's go back to just growing fruits in our backyard and say, fuck it. We'll all starve by fucking November. Fuck it. I'm at that point. Now, big thing here I want to talk about is I love remakes. So everyone's doing these remakes, and I'm talking about when it comes to remakes, I think we should do one for Back to the Future. Because, listen, I'm all about making America great again, but fuck it. Let's just leave the American Indians here and kick everyone the fuck out. Try and reset. Everyone just have a mad dash to get here again. Well, it is going to be the end of my time. I want to thank everybody here for coming out. I hope everyone enjoyed themselves. I want to thank my friends, my family. I want to thank everyone else that came out to support. Scranton is a fantastic city. You got to have the love. Last thing I want to do, I have the DJs here. I have an artist here. And I do want to put a challenge out there. Now, stand-up is strong here in the city. I think we have some great comedians. We have some great venues. But I do want to have a comedian or a musician come out with something else, because I'm tired of that 30,000 pounds of banana song. We need to get something else. I don't give a fuck what it is. We need to put ourselves on the map for something. But thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. Have a great night, all right?
Make some more noise.